Cock-a-doodle-doo, or don't. The Sydney Roosters for 2023. Will they lay an egg, or will they just be breakfast? A team with tremendous expectations in 2023. 2 back-to-back premierships, but they were a while ago. How do you see them shaping up this year, Longy?
Yeah, man, the weight of the world on their shoulders at the Roosters. Look, they've made some big acquisitions in the off-season. So you bring Brandon Smith in, you solve that hooker problem they've always had. You lose Taukeiaho, your middle forward depth is a bit lighter. They bring Jackson Polo in, who I don't think is much of a change on who they've got. But Brandon Smith, that's going to be the defining factor. Is he that 2019 Dally M Hooker of the Year? Or is he maybe the player we saw last year that couldn't stay on the field?
Look, for me, it's about how many minutes he plays. And you put a TikTok video out about Brandon Smith's minutes. Be sure to go and watch that, guys. Where if he plays anything above 60 minutes a game, he's looking pretty tired and his performance level drops off. So I think you've got to have a decent backup 9 to go into that spot. And for me, they lost that guy in pre-season, and he's going to be out for quite a while in Connor Watson.
Yeah, completely agree. And you don't want to be carrying a specialist hooker on the bench. Their middle forwards aren't the biggest minute players either, so they need to have those rotations going. No, I think Connor Watson would have been perfect because he could play in the middle for, say, 20 minutes. He could play hooker for 20 minutes and maybe 40 minutes total kind of thing. Brandon Smith, too, like we look at that World Cup, when he led in that try, he was gassed at that point. It was about the 60-minute mark.
Yeah.
He gets fatigued, and that's okay. Like, it's not even a critique of Brandon Smith because there's not a player in the game who could play at the intensity Brandon Smith plays for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
So you either, as a Roosters coach, have to go, Brandon Smith is an 80-minute player, like hold yourself back, or you go, Brandon Smith, do the things that make you special, and we'll give you a rest.
Yeah, look, I think what people tend to forget about that, a lot of people harped on him for that moment where he let that try in, but just before that, he saved a try. So, literally the play before that. Yeah. I mean, to get up and make another tackle to stop another try is a big ask, especially in that time of the game. I just think the Roosters got so much class in this team. And you look at James Tedesco, arguably the best player in the game. You got Keary in there. He's a 2-time premiership winner with the Roosters, and he won a premiership with the Rabbitohs. I think Sam Walker, with another year, can get better. We've seen glimpses of this kid being really good. And I think, undoubtedly, they have the 2 best centres pairing in the comp.
No, it's a great roster, and there's probably not a team in the game I'm more excited to watch on a Sunday afternoon than the Chooks. So the Chooks and probably Melbourne, that's the game I'm most looking forward to. Not even as a fan of either team, but on a daytime game, exciting, high scoring.
It G's you up, man. Those games are some of the best games over the last 5-6 years. And it all started, I guess, with their grand final together. Yeah. So I'm totally behind you with that.
Well, let's go Chooks Souths. How good's Chooks Souths? After that final, when Souths were taking heads off.
There will be blood.
Chooks will be back. Chooks will be back.
Yeah.
Ooh, watch out. And Latrell v. Manu, that whole story. The Roosters have some good storylines. They're a good team to watch.
Yeah, and Maria Hargraves will have his revenge.
I would not want to be on the end of Maria Hargraves' revenge. Where have you got them finishing on the ladder this year?
For me, I think it's been too long since they've been at the top. And the Roosters, over the last 20 years, they have so many minor premierships in the kitty. I've actually got them finishing top of the ladder in the regular season this year. Ooh. I just think they get it together. Suwali's only played 19 games. He's only going to get better. Manu seems to be getting better every year and can play any position that you put him in. Yeah. Again, it's just the rise of some other guys and then the experienced older heads that are all class. For me, that is the perfect combination to go out and win a minor premiership and challenge for a premiership.
It's the near-perfect spine and backline. But let's go, in the forwards, you lose Taukeiaho, you lose Connor Watson, so Tili Tupouniua's coming back, Gus Crichton could miss time. I'm concerned about the pack, and when we're talking about Souths before and their forward pack and how they can go hard. We're talking about Penrith beating teams up. Even Para with some losses, they're still that team. My concern is that Chooks, if you have a couple of injuries on top of what they've already got, that pack is looking light. And there's some young talent there, but for me, the Chooks will lose too many players through Origin. They'll lose too many players to injury. The depth isn't there to win a minor premiership. Saying that, they could definitely win the comp. So I'm more saying third place on the ladder their grand final day.
Yeah, look, I get what you're saying as well. I do think that they have depth in the positions that you're talking about. Tupanua missing time, Gus Crichton missing time. They got a young kid named Sua Wong who played for Fiji in the World Cup. Look out for him. I think he's going to be one of the best rookies this year if he gets his shot. And Nat Butcher is a quality fill-in. I think some Roosters fans would argue that he should be starting every week. So I think they're going to be fine. Trent Robinson is a phenomenal coach. I would say he's the second best coach in the league right now. I would have Craig Bellamy ahead of him, but then no one else. Wayne Bennett probably gets in there. Oh, Cleary, yeah. There are some really good coaches in our game.
Robinson's great, though.
But Robinson always seems to get the best out of his guys, and his players almost want to die for him out on the field. So, he's got that respect there. It's the stuff you kind of dream of as a coach. But I think with the Roosters, they've got a real shot to make a go of it this year, and with a few other teams losing a couple of key players, it's opened up the door again.
It's wide open, but I just have a problem with everyone talking about the Roosters like it's guaranteed. The Chooks are going to win the comp, and it's a failure if they don't. No. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. This is a team that, there are issues, there are fragilities, there are challenges, and they're going to have to play a very different style of footy to the style they played last year if they want to win the comp. Because last year there were games where their hearts weren't in it. And they can't do that, especially with the pack they have. They've got to be up for it every week. So are you saying the Chooks win the comp and are minor premiers?
It's tough for me because I think my initial prediction was Cowboys-Roosters final. As a Cowboys fan, I'd love to see that. But I think if it is a Cowboys-Roosters grand final, Cowboys aren't getting the win.
Okay, Chookies to win the comp and the minor premiership from Miles. You heard it here first. I've got Chookies in third, grand final. I'm not going to say winning the comp, and I think there could be more downside in that prediction. Look, if you want to see other predictions and other video previews of every team, go to the channel. We've done everyone now, so I think the last one left to release, it was this one. So like and subscribe as well, and we'll see you soon.